want you this guy. I want you this guy. I want you this guy. I want send me and I miss that. I send me and I send me and I miss that. I want send me and I miss that. I send me and I send me and I miss that. Shoot, man, would have been shoot. There's been more time.
Welcome to the show. This is the Lockdown Europe. I mean, Akwaba
Munina.
Sorry, next to say.
I'm not on Boko. This week, surprisingly, it's been a little bit hectic, but altogether, no, I'm doing BBA Boko.
And what have you been up to, Ene?
And then the committee on National Youth Authority that took away most of my morning. And then the back, no, we shot, we produced a weekly show, Trending GH. So we have an exciting one. It's up online now. Lots of exclusives here and there. Because of lockdown, no, most of the time, no, because of Corona-19, since the last about 2 months, we don't shoot it or we do it at home through Zoom. But this was the first time in a long time we met Yakushiti. I have some new ideas. We tried it, and I'm excited about it. I just hope people enjoy it as much. It's streaming on YouTube at the moment, and in about 30 minutes, it will start on Facebook as well.
Oh, okay. And see, for the people, maybe this is the first time they are watching AMEYAW. I know there are a lot of people. This may be the first time they are watching you. You follow on social media and all that, and they don't really know who you are. And see, make I say, made it to Facebook, and a lot of comments by say, "Oh, my favorite blogger and all that." Who are you? AMEYAW Debrah, anyway.
AMEYAW Debrah na minio. Enti meka say me obi I'm a very quiet person. Me dreaming home, in minding my own business, but I'm very passionate about entertainment. And I mean, growing up, I consume entertainment content in a different way from what is very typical to most Ghanaians. And I like to combine my experience growing up and all of that, together with the course of Ghana, and mature about entertainment. Me started after tech, and I started with magazine, Ovation magazine, and all together, we really take 2005, and I started Ovation 2006, and it's been over 15 years or so. 14 years since I started doing this. Until me free magazine, and I started saying me call online. Until online, me try for a number of websites, especially I started from America, and then I narrowed it down to Modern Ghana, Ghana Web. I became the content editor for Ghana Web for about 2 years or so. And then along the lines, and that's when I launched fully AMEYAWDEBRAH.com. I'm operating Siciano. And also, so me started, and the idea was to say make creative celebrity content. And it was not just entertainment news, it was celebrity content. I felt, say, Ghana, no, we didn't have a celebrity culture, and I had to build it. And I think that's how I started around that. But a dream ribbing na yes, me free Ghana Web no. Na abaya me full time agreement. Na also me hwe acquire me sika from them no. And I mean who say me kasa me church entertain celebrity from kwa me ntimi sika sa no. It me introduce lifestyle components into what I do. And no if you are number 2 kwan my experience hotel be ni my travel hotel no obi ebia Samsung bet you am sika na my review on product be na mama product be enti eno kan na mama the lifestyle never can enti over the years no any years and then me staff started saying me for a jumanti. Because journey ring here and I launch pulse.com.gh. Nti omo normal baga na mpese mo bi organ nti omo hire me and I me hire me so me set up team ye betimi aye nti me ya no for about 6 months nti me free home na be free home na another company so normal baga na nti omo friend some person me launch me lead mom nti me launch yam.com.gh so and me know me for a little over 2 years. And after that, me start back to just doing me. It's me back to doing me. I'm I started with AMEYAW TV, and the AMEYAW TV, like my new baby. Idea and I say you create video content from a number of different types of formats, and the on a year drew in a nutshell, this is what I'll say. May as AMEYAW.
All right. So the brand AMEYAW no, buy after say we free Pulse, after say we free Pulse G, and I'll start AMEYAW.
That be me free pulse when I'm cost at yen.com.
Yen.com.
I said I'm a call pulse and that's AMEYAWDEBRAH.com. No harder. AMEYAWDEBRAH.com at the 10 years. It could be 11 years this year.
Okay.
Yeah. But me started, Saturn Ghana me started Ghana web. And Ghana be free Ghana web no for me could focus more on AMEYAWDEBRAH.com because na Ghana web ni na dream say madwuma AMEYAW no e compete with me blog ni compete with Nadia no ti no nti asese or hi me say me nyadwuma na me so ma creative blogger amafo ni I popular na obi akọ no yeah and that's when I left but I'm not me call pause in Mamoti say I will still compete with them because me blog no her and they just hired me solely to set up or Momodiang and manage it so that it gets to where they wanted to. And yeah, and so I'm buy Mamoti say media no yes me be giant my baye Modiang fully, but I'll be committed to delivering what you guys want and then I do my thing as well.
And what time now? Who said this time I am going into blogging?
Oh, interestingly, instead of me started, I started me leave one part out. Me free Ovation, Ovation magazine. Obi approaching me, no, or your representative for Ghana in terms of platform, be a friend of Voices of Africa, which came from Holland, and she do say. Almost Africa countries in Libya, no more finding young people, no more the Nokia phones, Nokia phone, advanced in such a way, say, Ubetim the 12 videos, now I had the tape video, and the Bibiana, what I complete like a journalistic kind of work with the video, with the phone. So I joined up, not photographer be on the year in charge of Ghana, not on the year mom or Ghana, but because of Nejuman. Or international photographer, no your time, meet deadlines into or recommending me say, oh, I should come and do it as a person in Ghana. And so I took it up and I did it for some months until along the line maybe forum be a friend Highway Africa. A conference people meet in South Africa to discuss the digital age, especially with emphasis on Africa. And he almost invited me, say, I should come and speak at the forum and share my experiences with the project in terms of phone, I'm friend in mobile journalism. And he me course that conference in South Africa. That time when I'm blogging, a big thing, it was growing everywhere in the world. And he go for by different things as to what they do in that space, in broad terms, digital space, and then also more specifically with blogging from South America to Europe and even within Africa. And to me, free conference in a buy and I'm say, why don't I just create na me will blog be, but na me share them funny serious.
Mm.
And after that, I changed my mind. So, most of the content I can still create my blog and then put it out there because I listened to what everybody else was saying about blogging, the impact, etc. And see, that's when we take it that conscious effort. Say, I would now blog, and I'm starting. And Mr. T or blogspot.com. Now we were popular blog be a friend Jaded Renegade, and team as just picking up and Chris Vincent, they are Ghana celebrities young there and also now we're launching a Ghana celebrities in chair, and he wanted content, and then he found out say I was somebody who was giving content, not person in my content, and I agreed to give them into either they take it from my various platforms or I send it to them. And eventually, so why don't I have my own website? And the idea grow, so let's call it AMEYAW DEBRAH. And so we jokingly did that, and I got our domain, he hosted it, and then we started putting content there. And so that's when the AMEYAWDebrah.com also came about, yeah.
Wow. Thank you very much. Should in case you just joined, we are speaking to a renowned, to me, an international blogger, the only international blogger in Ghana. He's called AMEYAW DEBRAH. So he's telling us about how he started his journey, how the journey has been so far, where he is right now. And of course, we will go into the vision, what he wants to do, where he wants to go, and everything. So if you just join us, the man is AMEYAW DEBRAH. So thank you very much for watching. Charles Donko. Thank you very much, Akwante Evans. Thank you very much, YIC crew. Shout outs to you guys. Thank you very much. All right. So, international superstar blogger. So, I mean, how would you describe your blogging style?
So I think so. In the essence of the blogging, the term blogging itself, I do a bit of that when, especially, I'm sharing my experiences. So whether it's experience I had with a hacker over my Facebook, an experience I had drinking wine in South Africa, an experience I had traveling to destinations here or there. I have that style where I'm sharing my experience. So in a diary sort of format, back to back. I have a format where I'm reviewing something, and so I write it in the format of reviews. I have formats where I'm interviewing people, and so it takes that format as well. And then there's the format which is just news, and so which is what we do more on like regularly because of how things are. Sometimes we just have to churn out quick news, and then those other things take a lot more time because you have to express yourself in a certain way. So we combine all of that. So in terms of style, that's how I would say. And our content comes from, like I said, personal experiences, event coverages that we are there, monitoring social media to create content from what is happening, interviewing people, also monitoring other websites, other platforms to see what is news and what is happening. So we also pick up on that. It's a collection of all of that.
All right. Thank you very much. So what type of networking do you think is better to enhance your traffic to the blog?
So there are some people who are good with technical stuff, and so they are focusing on SEOs, they are focusing on writing specific things that people are looking for on their website. But I don't do all of that. It's very, very organic. It's us and what happened. But in terms of generating traffic, the tools I use will be my social media, and at the top of them will be Facebook and Twitter. So I share links from the website on Twitter and then Facebook, so people see the headlines and then they click to go and read more on the website. So that's how the traffic builds. Because when you look at the percentages of people who go there to the website directly compared to those who are going through social media, you see the difference. The chunk of it usually comes from Facebook, then Twitter, and then those who go there directly. and then those who are searching for specific things on the internet, and then search results lead them to our website. So these are the tools I would say we use in terms of getting traffic.
Wow, thank you very much. So what do you think is the best service a blogger can provide to his readers or his followers?
Well, for me, the important thing is your personality. Your personality must shine, and let them know that they are reading it because you want them to read it. So I think that is what is important about blogging, because it's a voice, it's an experience, and a lot of people don't do that. But I think also because my website is in my name, so it sort of gives it that voice, that authority, and so when I'm doing anything, I am thinking along those lines. I don't want to. It's only a little over a year that I've now allowed people to publish on my website, because I now have a team. But before that, everything was me. So I decide what goes, what doesn't go, what I like, what I don't like. But now I sort of open it up. But it's important because the thing is, blogging in Ghana has become one way. It's all entertainment, news. We haven't seen, and even those who branch into other very creative spaces, they don't get so much attention because the majority of the Ghanaians are not looking that way. Yeah, but those people also deserve the spotlight. And I think in terms of service to your readers, it's giving them quality content, engaging content, either to inform, educate, or entertain them. But let it be, if you're giving information, it should be accurate information. If you are educating somebody, you should educate them rightly on what needs to be what needs to be knowledged. Yeah. So I would say these are some of the things to look out for.
All right. Thank you very much. Do you agree with the bloggers who will have an interview with someone and the caption, they will just write a caption? It's definitely not true. You will watch the whole video, you will never find a caption in there. But this blogger will just put it there for traffic.
It's quite terrible. I see a lot of that on YouTube, especially, and surprisingly, that's what people gravitate to. I think they sort of know that is what the people want, and so they trick them into that. And for me, I think it's not. Whatever your headline should says, you should be true to the content itself. Yes, that's what I'd say.
All right. What would be your ideal working environment?
Ideal working environment for what in specifics?
Like as a blogger, are you comfortable? What kind of environment does a blogger needs before he can be effective?
The good thing about blogging is the fact that you can do it anywhere. You can do it in the car, on the bus, anywhere. Once you have the tools. So for instance, nowadays, sometimes I'm on the street. I'm driving in town. I hear something on radio. I want to turn it into content. I launch my WordPress mobile version, and then boom, 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 it's there. If I'm at Ghana Music Awards, I take pictures on red carpet on my phone. I plug it in to WordPress. It's there. So, it's ideally it's anywhere you have all the tools you need to function will be an ideal working environment. Yeah.
All right. So talking about that, how do you manage time to run your blog, to run your blog efficiently?
Yeah. Well, so it depends on because that's what I do full time, and so I have full time. I know that 24 hours, this is what I'm doing. So, but if I was working somewhere and then I had a blog on the side, that would be a different story. But so for us, my usual routine is now sort of like I wake up, I answer email because now I have a team. So when it comes to the general news around, I lead them. They can monitor and pick on what should be done. I check my emails for. I also do a lot of content, paid for content that's from all over the world, and so I check my email to see who wants what published. If I have to send invoice, I send invoice and all of that. So I do that early in the morning, and then if in the process, I'm monitoring social media and I see anything I want to do, either I do it myself or I'll prompt anybody on my team that, hey, look, this is something that is happening. So follow up and do this on it. And on a easy day, I try to work in tranches, is it? So maybe in the morning, I work a little bit and then I'll have a siesta, afternoon time, and then early evening, sort of, I'll resume and then I'll work till evening, depending on what is there. But now, again, because of the emails and different time zones, every time something is coming up, and so I'm either responding to mails, and if I see that something must be done, I go online and then I publish. So it's it's not a very strict sort of schedule, but we work basically around the clock.
Well, thank you very much. So have you ever been tricked by social media and then you just copied or paste some information and later you realize that no, these information were not that credible, so I have to take it down?
No, it hasn't happened to me, and I'm very, very careful with that. Uh, and so now that I have team, I don't think we've done something like that before. But even that one, it wasn't from social media. Somebody was doing something about Sarkodie, and like I keep telling people that you go on a website, you have to find the truth in what is happening. And then the website had used one headline, and funny enough, there was a video in it. So all the person had to do was to play the video, to listen to the actual interview, and would have known that this is not what happened. And that's what I keep telling people, especially when the story is not yours.
Yeah.
I mean, somebody is doing a story about an interview that happened on radio, and then you have the audio. The best thing you do is to play the audio. For all you know, you may even get an interesting angle that the person hasn't even used, and then that would be the new way that you would do, and then you have something that is unique. And so I try to explain this to people, and so there was one time something like that about Sarkodie went, and Sarkodie saw it and tagged me that, oh, this is not what the person said.
Oh.
And then and so the person who did the mistake came to apologize to Sarkodie, and then just all, and so I removed it and then removed it. But I mean, the truth is, the way I work is, I mean, even when I'm with my family and they hear something, they are spreading it, the way I will interrogate them, they know that
it has to be credible.
Yes, I'll ask him, so if this person says, is this so, does that mean it is so? What if this? What if that? So personally, I put myself through that. So as somebody who puts out information, I'm always very careful. And there's a way to be clever that even if you're not sure, you can put the content there and let it be known that you're not putting it there as fact, but you are asking questions. So people are not deliberate in thinking through the process all the time. It's just, let's just do that. But like I said, it's a personal trait. As a person, I go through that, and so I would hardly slip on that. And most of the time, it's very easy to read between the lines and know this is fake news.
Yeah.
It's very, very easy to do it. You just have to,
with the experience you have, yes.
Yeah. You just have to do a little asking of questions. I mean, the moment something is too good to be true, that's the first sort of a red flag. And so you interrogate further. You Google, you see which websites are talking about it, and you realize that only some weird people are doing that, you know that it's not accurate. And if somebody says somebody has tweeted, the best thing you do is you don't just go straight and use the screenshot the person has used. You go to the source, look for the person's Twitter account, did the person say that even if the person has removed it, the story will be that the person did
Viewers, yeah, yeah.
and removed it, and there's receipts for that. So, like I said, there are various ways of getting to do that.
Yeah, yeah. So what has been the main strategy that you used as a blogger and that has been working?
I think my strategy has been just be me, because for a very long time, yeah, it's just be me. Try to be on top of my game. Uh, yeah, it's not a major strategy, but it's like I said, blogging comes from a personal mindset before it comes out. So putting myself in what I do, I sort of, I don't know what to even say, but yeah, it sort of directs everything that's in terms of strategy. But like I said it earlier, the kind of content I consumed or I consumed growing up shaped the kind of content I want to produce. And so it's a mixture of all these experiences that determine the way I go about it.
All right, thank you very much. So I have Larry, Larry Baffor. He wanted to know that why AMEYAWDEBRAH.com and not any other internet domain name more appealing.
Well, so I did that because of the style of what I want to do. I wanted it to be me. It's a blogger. It's a person behind it. And the best way was to do it in my name. And in the beginning, it was difficult because it had its benefits, but it also has its restrictions. Because some people are not so sure whether to believe something else in somebody's name than rather
Yeah.
an institutionalized platform.
Yeah.
And so, but then the benefit also is that people know that they are dealing with a person. So it's somebody who is behind this and not just anybody. A
No,
lot
yeah.
of platforms now have no identity. It could be anybody creating sorts of content, scandalous, defamatory, whatever. And so I think the benefit of what I did and plugging it into my social media and the personality around me made it very believable and very easy to sort of work with. So it may not be the most appealing domain name, but it serves its purpose once people get to know what it is. Yeah.
Thank you very much. I hope you have your answer, Larry. So Boogie236, he said, what do you think of the definition of a celebrity nowadays? I think that word has been diluted.
Well, I'm somebody who has ever since, because when I started my blog some 12 years ago, I said I was creating celebrity culture. And what that does is that it allows people to become known, popular, followed, and to some extent
Like
idolized.
you give hype to people or what?
But it's not so much hype, but it's a culture where people who love somebody for what they do want to know what is going on around the person. And so that's what I wanted to do. Unfortunately now, because of social media, it has taken that to the next level because fans can follow their celebrities, their icons, and so there's that connection. But when it wasn't there, my idea was to create that sort of connection so that there's always that feed into it. And so that's what I want to do, the celebrity culture. And so as somebody who is into that, I don't see it as somebody has been diluted. It happens everywhere. There are people who are known and famous for all kinds of things. If you go to America, for instance, it's even worse. People are known for even the most trivial of things, but that's how it is. And then, so once people are becoming famous, that celebrity umbrella will cover them. But of course, even in America, they will tell you there's grade A, there's grade B, there's grade Z. So there are categories. So if you are appeared in somebody's video, you become popular, and you think you're the same like the person you
The
appeared
person, yeah,
in
in
his
his video.
video, you won't be, because there are different kinds of perks and treatment you get that comes based on like your grade and things like that. So it's cool to have all of these people being celebrities, but then when it comes to how you're dealing with them, there are some clear differences. Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much. So, what has been your greatest failure?
My greatest failure. My greatest failure is not making all the millions, and I think it's also because of the environment we find ourselves in. I should be a billionaire by now, you know. But Ghana is quite stressful. Uh, I mean, there isn't so much digital advertising going on. And for a digital sort of entrepreneur like myself, a lot of it comes from revenues through advertising, through promotions. And once there isn't so much of that happening in the ecosystem, then you're not able to fully sort of explore that. But now there are more avenues. I see. For me, it matters that I get advertising, because my content is not the one that is after traffic. And so everything I do, I must consider how to get traffic and make some money off of that. And so it's important for somebody like me with that mentality that I get people sponsoring what I do. I get people advertising on the content I do, because then it becomes a sort of a niche content or a targeted content, because it's not mass. And so the kind of people who may go for my content may be the people you need as a business person, and so you must pay for that, rather than me doing any kind of crazy content just to pull views on my YouTube, or to just pull traffic on my website. So that's, for me, it's important. And I say have failed. It's not completely my doing, but it's just the system that doesn't support it. And the more and more the system lives up to that, the more I feel that I'm more successful.
I thank you very much. I have checked all your videos on YouTube, and I can see that they are real videos. I watch them, and I check the content, and very clean content. It goes with the caption and all that. But when I check the views, it's not like the rest. The rest
Exactly.
have thousands and all that,
Thousands.
and
Yeah.
hundred
Yeah.
thousands, and the
Yeah.
caption
Exactly.
does not even go with the content, and some of the
Exactly.
content are not even
Related.
relevant. But
Exactly.
you
But
have the
that's what. Yeah, they have all the views, because that's what the mass like. And even when they are tricked, they'll watch it, they'll just end up leaving a comment or
a comment, yeah,
nonsense. And yeah, but
yeah,
they would watch it because that's what they want. And the people,
wasted
a
data,
person, yeah, but because that's what they want, the person gave them what they wanted. They
yeah.
just didn't get what they wanted. But it shows you, yes, and that's not the kind of content we want to do. And so we are always sort of looking for the advertisement to support what it is we do.
All right, thank you. So in the future, are you preparing to do something to boost the YouTube videos, or you just leave them like that?
So we leave it like that. And because, again, you realize that although we're not doing that, when we do content and then it resonates with people, it travels very far, and then our target is not, our audience now is not just limited to Ghanaians and that locale. But when we do our content, it's appreciated on a different kind of level. And uh, you see the people who are. So, for instance, I think since we started AMEYAW TV, our best content is something we did about Ghanaians in the movie industry internationally, and it's done amazing. People from all over. Our content on before the year of return, the visits that came went all over the world. The audience was from everywhere. And then our interviews around year of return, the same thing. So we want to, we call ourselves the home of Ghana's pop culture. So we want to be the voice for that. And we don't want to do what the trivial thing that everybody else is doing. We want to be that. So when we are producing content, we do it with that sort of mindset. Yeah.
All right, thank you very much. So if you are watching us, go to AMEYAW DEBRAH on YouTube and check all the videos out. Very nice
AMEYAW
videos.
TV is the new one, so go to AMEYAW TV.
AMEYAW TV, rather. All right, okay. Go and check them out. Watch them, share them, because the contents are quality. They are real. There are some videos you travel to explore wines and all that, and people don't even know about that. A lot of people don't even know. All right. So what do you want to improve in yourself with your brand from now to maybe next year?
So I think the level we want to get to is getting to, this year I went all out saying that we want to be a 360-degree multimedia company, especially now we have a video production arm. So and also we want to do some sort of digital campaigns for people. So if you see us and you have ideas, we can say that let's do this kind of content for you on your platform or for us. So we just want to own that digital space and provide lots of solutions for people who need it. So that is the direction I want to go. That is what my future is looking like. Unfortunately, just when we were making inroads, anti-corona came and wiped out all those possibilities, and we're almost halfway through the year, and so our plans that we had really won't happen. But realistically, we still have that vision, we have that mindset, and we only hope that this disease goes quicker, and then we are able to look at all those things that we plan to do.
I think Deacon Larry Baffa was saying he seems humble. May he stay as such. Yeah, from my point of view, I know AMEYAW DEBRAH a little bit. It's been years that I've been talking to AMEYAW, and he's very humble. I can say so without anything. So I was asking you the plans you have, the improvement or the things that you think you need to work on, and you talked about coronavirus. I want to know, don't you think that with what is happening right now in the world, don't you think businesses will try and work more on internet, and so blogging will take a whole different dimension, and a lot of companies might love to shift on the internet? What do you have to say to that?
Well, I think at the end of the day, people will deal with the issue as to what is most important to them at the moment. So people were assuming that everybody is home now, so readership on the internet will be high, but it's not necessarily the case.
No.
It's not necessarily the case. Also, how companies evolve to use that space it will still be limited depending on the kind of company you are, the services you provide. If you're a manufacturer and your concerns are going to be the bottom line, what you're producing, and if you're not able to go and work because you're not safe, that is a challenge for you. But if you provide a service where you can use internet, the digital space to enhance what you do, then there's going to be a lot more of that. And I see, maybe thinking about Ghana, we see a lot more of the services going to be done through e-commerce. So for instance, those who are doing tailoring, whatever, they will find ways to create the option for people to sort of order online, and they would have to now deliver the product to them. So I think already from speaking to people and interviews I've seen, a lot of people are changing their models to sort of reflect the security so that they're able to deliver their goods and services to people using remote technology as well. So I think that is the direction it's going to go. But for blogs, if it goes back to advertising, because like I said, now the quality of advertising is not very high. One, people are not advertising so much. If they don't have new sort of campaigns, if they don't have existing campaigns that they've started running already, they are not moved to go and do new campaigns because people are not even so worried about the services they're providing because they have other things to deal with because of the virus. So it all depends on the needs and of these various companies and the people they serve. That is when we see the direction things will go, especially for us who are in that space.
All right, all right. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right. So, what has been your greatest achievement or your proudest achievement?
But I think the proudest achievement is the basic thing that you wake up and then you feel that you are sort of fulfilling some sort of, as a void correct word to use, but the fact that you wake up and know that people are waiting for your voice, you go to your inbox and people are asking you questions, they've heard this is happening, how true is it, is they feel that you are relevant to the point that somebody only wants to verify things with you before they believe it. It makes you it makes you feel fulfilled. And I think for me, in addition to everything that has come with what I've been doing, that personal feel that somebody would communicate with you on that level makes you feel that you're doing something they appreciate. And for me, that's the biggest sort of reward.
Have you ever posted anything on the internet or maybe on your social media, and there's a celebrity or somebody will call you to threaten you if you don't take it down or something?
Oh, when it comes to threats, that's only happened once, and I think everybody knows that is what that was with Shatawale, and that's the reason why over 6 years or so I have blacklisted him. I don't create
Ah,
content on him.
all right. All right.
So
So you don't talk about him
we
at
don't,
all.
unless it's a paid content.
Okay.
Somebody is doing a concert, he's part of it. He's been put as an ambassador for a brand. The brand is doing advertisement or PR, and they pay for it. Those are the only ways. But yes, in terms of threats and etc., that has been that's the only extreme thing.
What happened?
So basically, what happened was some Christmas there was a concert, and Ghana Web reported on it, and I sort of called that and published it on my website as well. Basically, the story was that Shatawale had performed. It was a YFM concert. Shatawale had performed for hours and was not leaving the stage for Samini to come. And so
Okay.
when Samini came, everybody was tired. People were leaving. So that was like the story, the scenario, which
Yeah.
I believe was actually what happened.
Oh yeah.
So he called me about that story, that he has seen it. People are showing to him. People are saying that they've noticed that I don't like him. I like Samini, blah blah blah. And I'm like, no, that's not the case. I do content as and when I see
Yeah. People
deserves to
want
be.
to know what happened.
Yeah,
And you are
and
supposed to report on
yeah,
exactly what
and
happened.
once is the truth, unless he's telling me this is not the truth or something, then I can understand. And so we went back and forth, and it ended with him saying, "If you value your life, don't write about me," and that kind of thing. And for me, he's the most. Writing about him is the least important thing in my life. So it was easy to do, and I
Yeah.
said, "Okay, yeah, no problem. I won't write about you." So basically, I haven't done that. So yeah, that's the most extreme case, I would say. Apart from that, there's been some few interactions. People will say, "I didn't say this. You don't twist it," and then we fight on Twitter. And most of those things, I even make fun of it. I retweet what they say, and things like that. But nothing extreme has happened. Yeah, most of the time, even if it's true, and somebody I do something, the person doesn't want to go out, they can contact me. They will explain why they don't want it, and I remove it. But it's not because it's not true. It's just that maybe it doesn't. It's for something for them, so I'll do it. But yeah, it's a human thing that we do, and so we
Of course.
understand
Yeah.
dealing with people.
Yeah. Who has impacted you the most in blogging?
In blogging, I would
Yeah.
say there's nobody, but there are people
Yourself.
that yeah, that's because I really don't look at people. I don't look at what somebody is doing. I just want to do it my way and do what I'm doing. And I still see it like that. Ever since I started, I'm in my corner. It's only at a point where there were more people now doing it. And when I go out, I make friends with people. And so then now we communicate and share that. But even not, I'm pretty much a loner. I'm usually just in my corner uh, on my laptop if I'm working and minding my business. So, but then I'm inspired by what people and motivated by what people have been able to achieve. And so maybe in Nigeria, Bella Niger is good because I like how solid they've built their brand.
Yeah, brand. Yeah.
So that is a good inspiration to me. And then when it comes to Ghana, I like the way Zion Felix has built his own sort of thing, and it's working for him over the years. And so I think when it comes, I would always mention him because he stands out like he's doing something. It's not like everybody else. People are there, but they hardly stand for something that is uniquely them. But Zion stands out of the new ones that have come. So
Yeah, of course. And I
yes,
think I think he's passionate about what he's doing.
yeah, exactly. And a lot of this is driven by passion. And I remember when he was in Kumasi before he came to study, do Legon, and the communications we had, the meetings we had, and all of that. He is driven to combine radio, do all of that. It all shows that it's the drive. But some people sometimes have it wrong. They want to
Yeah,
do it because they feel
others
it
are
makes
doing it.
them,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. And
it will
so,
make them fame and all that.
yeah,
Some
popular or
some people want.
important.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
when you use that mindset, it doesn't open
It's
up.
not going to work. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
All right. Thank you. Who is your favorite blogger?
I don't like I said. I would pick Zion for the reasons I
You
have,
mentioned.
but
Yeah.
yes, but I don't think I consume so much content from other people that I'll pick somebody as my favorite. When it comes to writing, there's somebody who also writes for eNewsG. His name is um, Myers. He
Okay.
has a triple name. I like his style.
Okay.
He writes like a cultural writer and an arts writer, and so when you read some of his pieces, they're very interesting. We don't have enough of that in Ghana,
In Ghana,
and
yeah.
the sad thing is that as great as those kinds of writings are, they're not the kinds that majority of people want to read, and so for somebody like that, you will not
You
hear
not
of
hear his
me.
name. Yeah.
Yeah, but then I also like his style.
I think in the country that we live in as Ghana, if you write, people will not patronize that much. People don't like to read much.
Trust me. I mean, sometimes I go through a lot. I travel. I get experiences, and I spend so much time to write about it passionately, and then you are struggling to get 1,000 people to read it,
To read it,
and it's
yeah.
it's painful when you put in all that effort as a yeah. But then I've learned that you just make use of the ones that enjoy those content.
Enjoy.
That's what I want to do is create variety of content that resonates with different people, and giving that option to everybody is, I think, sort of sets me apart at the moment.
All right. Thank you. So, what is your greatest achievement outside blogging?
My greatest achievement is, I think, it's would be, I'm a family person. So whether it's my immediate family or my, what's the word for it, nuclear family or
Nuclear family,
whatever.
yeah.
Yeah, so I'm a very family oriented person. So I mean, being able to take care of my family, put my youngest brother through school with what I do, and sort of position him to have a job and all of that. These are things that make me proud. And I think looking back, and I didn't see it happening, but when I started, for me, it was just a passion. It was just what I love to do. Finally, all the things, content I consumed on British television and American television, I was able to sort of channel it into my own sort of content. So I was happy doing that, and I was getting audience for it. So I was happy, but I didn't see it becoming what it is now. So looking back and looking at the journey to where we are, it's fulfilling, and that gives me my greatest joy.
All right, thank you very much. There's something that I have just recognized. There are times you see something like bloggers maybe went this place to do something. You will see all the bloggers, but never AMEYAW DEBRAH. That oh,
Well,
oh,
I, that is, it's part of, it's quite
it's part of the
deliberate.
brand.
It's part of it. Not that, first of all, most of the time it must make sense for me to be there. If I'll be there, now it's mostly because I'm doing a favor for somebody, maybe the person who invited me or what it is. But bottom line, now we are looking at it as a business, especially since I launched AMEYAW TV. So if
Mm,
I'm there to cover it, it must
that,
make sense. It's for
yeah,
business.
yeah.
And if that's the case, I would I would send my team, they will capture it, we will produce it the way we want it. So we will not be putting cameras everywhere and then posting things on social
Mm,
media. We capture it, we put it
for the
together as
TV.
one solid content,
Mm,
and then we put it out. And we are adding value to the story, to whatever
mm,
reason why we went there. And we want to charge you a premium for that as well.
yeah,
And that is the model I want to work with. And so I know a lot of people say that, and a lot of people even think I'm so expensive when it comes to charging for service, but I'm not. I'm very, I give different packages that people
afford.
can afford. Yes.
All right, all right. So what do you do in your spare time?
My
Somebody
spare
wanted to ask.
time,
Yeah.
my spare time, I try to sleep because I struggle to sleep. But it depends on where I am. Uh, if I am, if I am in Ghana with family, maybe we spend time, we eat, we bond, or we go out for for some sort of an outing. If I'm in the US with family again, the activities we'll do will be different. So it depends as to where I am and the kind of mood I'm in. That will determine what I do as extra stuff.
All
But
right.
sleep is important. I struggle to sleep, so any opportunity I get, I have to sleep.
Yeah. So why do you struggle to sleep? Why?
Well, I think sometimes it's just you get too stressed. Sometimes, as a creative person, your mind is busy working, especially when, for instance, I've traveled, I've shot videos. I want to project this video in a certain way. I'm struggling. Which video should I bring first? What kind of story should I create? And sometimes I take that thought into sleep,
Mm,
and it torments me. It doesn't give me enough rest.
yeah.
And sometimes you're getting crazy ideas when you are sleeping. So
Yeah.
it depends. But sometimes it's just that sleep is not coming.
Yeah.
Your mind is occupied with other things, and yeah.
I get you. I get you. So, has there been any time that like you checked maybe your comment section and somebody, insulted you or sent some disrespectful comments that really get you? Are there moments like that or?
Oh, also like those comments they come all the time and they hardly get me. But what gets to me is the general concept when people are not even understanding what you are putting out and they have taken a very silly sort of a side to it. And that is when I feel like, oh, maybe if I explain to this person, he would understand what is actually going on and sort of he would come around. But then if you do it, and some people are just an ass, you try and they are rather now even making it worse. For that, I just ignore it. But in
Yeah.
general, I ignore it. Most of the time, I don't even say it. When I say it, I like it so that you know that I have seen it, so that you're happy that oh, because I'm not one can in vain. It's
I've seen you replying to some of
yeah,
these things
yeah,
sometimes with
yeah,
good hearts, you know.
yeah,
Just
yeah.
yeah,
So
and
yes,
for that one,
I
I
especially
applaud you
like
for that.
when I don't have anything to do, and I'm going through, yeah. But if I'm busy, I don't even have time. The thing is, most of the time, especially on Twitter, most of the time I wouldn't even see it
Yeah.
because in a day I get sometimes 10,000 people mentioning me, and I cannot see all of that. And so it's when I'm relaxed, not doing much, and then I can see some of these things, and then sometimes just to make humor, I can even screenshot some and reshare it
Mm.
and all of that. But yes, people do not get to me. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So AMEYAW DEBRAH, thank you very much, Charlie. Yeah, that
Yeah.
was it. No obre. Like and him say it's not easy to get the whole AMEYAW DEBRAH on live like this. Also Chavi Bray. But Charlie
But
is
I
for
think
few.
this week and in the last few days, my air life, I'm from
Yeah,
like
my
from
training now.
Nigeria to
Yeah, my
yeah,
training now, my following now.
I'm for in
Yeah, but it's because you are doing great stuff.
mm.
You are doing great
And
stuff now.
I think even during lockdown, I should have also sort of gone around it, but it was because Lama for February, yeah, or Instagram. So I rather came up with the morning show on Twitter where I was doing the Periscope. But unfortunately, Periscope a block came. I did disable my account, so unfortunately, I
Oh,
cannot go live on Twitter anymore, which is sad. Yeah, but I don't know. There'll be a question, so I'll join in.
I think so, of course he might be online.
No, Felix, and
No, Nenya Felix. Now I'll say he wanted to know the reason why yeah, sometimes
mm,
or, comment it, and it's true. You comment, you like,
mhm.
you laugh under them. But what
Yeah.
about page or who is on your page?
Well, I think it depends on Obiani the way you use social media because even for me, the moment I see something on my timeline, I just start liking. I tell you, because I know it takes time for it to load, and sometimes
Mm,
cry, but like cancer, I load and
I
make
love
back,
it.
but cry, yeah. But that's just who I am because I feel for the system, it helps when it moves around like that,
Mm,
and Zion's only say BBI, although I follow a lot of people, Instagram makes sure that only a few people, depending on how you engage with the content, to show up. And so Zion's feed, etaiba I see a lot of new content when I
mm,
am scrolling through. And yes, most of the time I react. Like I react to a lot of content that comes on my feed. Everywhere I'm in comment, I may like it. And so I do that. But maybe Zion on yes, on you he's always there for a purpose and then knock off. But then there are sometimes he's left comment on, especially the funny videos that I post. And see, I think say Obiani the way or used to this. I'm more of a very because I'm not a very social person in real life, and see,
mm,
when it comes to social media, I do a lot of communication, a lot of interaction. So people would even, especially Nigerians, they will inbox you, and when I reply them, I'm like, "Hey, this would not happen in Nigeria. That
mm.
you
And
you
blogger will
inbox
reply.
somebody who is popular, and they would, yeah." But that's just who I am.
And
Uh,
there's one part of you also is like you like to support others so that they will shine and
Yeah, yeah. I
you,
mean, whatever kind of support you can give somebody, you give it. So it's not. I mean, I have a friend who does. I have friends who do tech blogs. Anytime they'll say, "Oh, do this for me," and I would do to support them because I have some sort of a bigger platform, and I just plug it in just to support people as well. So it's just I guess how I understand the space and how I want it to grow.
Sally, thank you very, very much.
Been a pleasure. It's
Thank you,
been a
thank you, thank you,
pleasure.
thank you. So, where would you like to be in the next 5 years with
The
blogging?
next 5 years,
Mm,
I think clearly by now it's clear that I've evolved from just a blogger to do other things.
yeah.
So yeah, although it's still in some sort of the same space, but I want to evolve to the point where we become that powerhouse in terms of digital solutions like I want. We want to do digital marketing for individuals and companies. We want to be that. So that is what I want to be. It's still my belief in the digital space. We want to solidify and grow even more. It's like everything I touch is gold. It's only TikTok, that crazy TikTok. I don't know what I have to do to get engagement there, but it seems that's the only thing that I'm not getting traction on.
Is there a celebrity that you would love to work with? Maybe you have not yet worked with.
Work with in terms of
Like, is there somebody that you like to cover his work, do interview with, or
yeah.
maybe write about?
In Ghana, pretty much, I think I have done most of it. It's just that at different times, different ideas come, especially with the TV content and everything that we are doing. And so sometimes an idea come and you need people to turn around quickly so they fit into that format. And then sometimes it becomes challenging, either availability or even people don't grab in that concept and willingly want to participate. That is when I have that kind of challenge. And in that situation, I really, really wish that it would happen. But apart from that, I think when it comes to interviewing people, like today, for instance, I had a very good recording for Trending GH because I want it to be more interactive because Trending GH format has been we just discussing everything that happened or trended in the week. But we also want to plug in exclusive that will lead each episode. So this week, today, for instance, Caroline was sort of fired from YFM. I reached out to her, sent me a video, a voice talking about it, and then they sent it to me. So we turn it around and plug it into our show. I also reached out to Manifest about his new song. He did talk about it, then we pick it up and plug it into the show because that's how I want the show to now be. So it's how quick I am able to turn around things like that because one day you want to interview one person for one thing, but the other day something else has come that you need that quick access and everything too. So I don't look at it like, hey, I want to interview this person. I want to interview this person about ABC.
Yeah.
So because at the end of the day, you are looking at content. So that's how I look at it in terms of who I want to work with.
Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, what has been the most challenging part in your career? Like from
Well,
blogging to TV, creating a team, what has been the most challenging part?
so I think in the beginning it was difficult, and then I got the hang of it. It was difficult not just as to how I was going to do it, but doing it and making revenue out of it was difficult because the environment was not ready for it.
Yeah.
So it took some growing and evolving for it to get where it was, and then the challenge now becomes something else. So for instance, when I started AMEYAW TV, for instance, the challenge is all the money you are spending to get equipment, to produce content, to pay your team, are you even getting the right results you want? What must you do to get that? Those were the challenge but because it's not been static, so at every point, every stage, something has come that you have to sort of take decision on before you move to the next stage. So yes, there have been various challenges along the way, and we are not over them. Right now, there's Corona, and we have to overcome Corona and everything, that all the challenges it's throwing us at us at the moment. So yes, these have been some of the challenges.
Thank you very much, Charlie. I
Thanks
think it
very
has been a
much.
wonderful conversation.
Sure,
Nyamisha for accepting this invitation, for
and
coming on.
I like what you're also doing. Keep it up, and yes, your direction is amazing. We need such other content coming up, so I say keep it up. All the best.
Thank you.
With
Thank
it
you.
as well.
Thank you. Thank you. And your last words?
My last word to be, Charlie, we are in Corona season until they make sure if you're going out, you wear a mask and wash your hands thoroughly under running water and soap. Use hand sanitizers when you go out and all of that. Corona, let's fight Corona together. And in terms of our content, there's a lot for you to explore on AMEYAW TV. Take this sort of isolation period to go to our YouTube, connect with some of the things you've done, especially the features, and because some of them have no timelines. You can enjoy them today as you would tomorrow. So look out for those various playlists and enjoy some of our content. Share with family and friends. And yes, keep it locked. We have more things to come.
Keep it locked. We have more for you on AMEYAW TV. AMEYAW, God bless you. Nyamisha and the family as well. I hope everybody is fine.
Everyone is doing well. Everyone is doing well.
All right. Hope to see you very soon.
Very soon.
Yeah, very soon. Charlie, Nyamisha, all the best. And
all right.
Good evening, good night.
Yeah.